Okay, welcome to the first Gaming Tsunami Rainbow Six Siege tutorial. This is for beginners, so if you're a beginner or haven't ever heard of Rainbow Six Siege, it's a wildly popular first-person shooter, but it's actually a multiplayer game. But the really good thing is it's actually got a pretty good series of training exercises that you can play by yourself, and they're really fun, and they teach you how to play the game. So I'm actually going to run through the first one. So in the learning area here, I'm playing on Xbox One, by the way, and on controller. It's probably better to play by keyboard, much more precise, quicker as well, but it is a bit hard to pick up. So if you're playing for the first time, I think it's worth getting a controller and hooking that up either to Xbox, or if you're playing on PC, just get a Windows 10 compatible controller. And I'm going to play controller, so I'm going to show you how to play this one with controller. So let's go first situation. They're called situations, but they are literally, they're just levels or beginner levels for learners. I'm going to do the first one here. You can see on the right hand side there's different goals that you need to try and perform. If you're playing for the first time, play normal, I would suggest. Once you've gone through all these lessons successfully, then maybe go to hard, and then once you've completed it again successfully, then go realistic. Or you know, if you find it boring after a whole run through, then start playing the different online games. I'll get to that in the future tutorial. So let's go normal. The intro videos are really good.
You will engage in 10 fundamental counterterrorism situations before being deployed. Report to the SAS base in Hereford. You are to infiltrate a kill house and clear the area of enemy combatants.
So you're basically a recruit.
In close quarters combat,
and
operators must rely on situational awareness to locate and identify.
Yeah, listen carefully to what they are trying to teach you here. So you really got to be aware of what's going on. Don't just rush in head first into a situation. It's a very strategic game, so you want to think about what you're doing and use all the different weapons and equipment. Oh, by the way, if you're squeamish, please don't watch. Sorry, a bit late. Yeah, I should have said straight out, if you're squeamish or don't really like looking or playing games with violence, you can probably skip this video. But yeah, I mean, it is about killing people. You are killing terrorists though, so you're in a police or an anti-terrorist unit. Anyway, here's the screen here. So I'll just explain it real quick. You got your icon at the top. You are a recruit. There are 9 enemies. It doesn't always tell you how many enemies there are, but here we know there's 9. You're starting outside of the building. The action happens inside mainly. Your health is now currently 100. And on the other side of that little panel at the bottom, you can see a compass. I'm using the right stick to move to face which way. It's got a little explanation of where you are, so it says shooting range. That's really important later in the game when you play multiplayer online, because when you play teams, you need to know the different locations on a map so that you can call out and help other teammates. I will also just explain, you've got 2 weapons mainly. You've got a primary weapon here. Press the Y button and it switches over to the secondary weapon. And you also have, if you press the left buffer, you've got a grenade. There's 3 of them there, you can see. And if you press the right buffer button, you've got 3 detonation devices. I'll show you how to use that later in the tutorial. Right trigger is aim down sight, so just zooming in a bit there. You can press the right stick down to right lean and left to left lean. If you're playing keyboard, it's the usual ASDW for direction, and using the mouse to aim. Left click is your aim down sights, and right click is firing. And then Q and E is for your left lean and your right lean. Look, I'll just show you how to start playing. So, okay, there is a guy around here, I know that. So I'm going to crouch as well, because crouching makes you a bit more silent, so people can't hear your footsteps. Okay, and then if you want to run, you basically you got to stand up, and then you press down on the left stick, and you'll start running to which direction you're pressing. Now, when I come indoors, I normally try and crouch because again it's silent. Otherwise, people can hear your footsteps. So crouching is always advisable unless you got to really move around real quick. Now, if you just run into a room, you're leaving yourself open to fire. So my suggestion is that you, on the direction pad, you press right to throw out a drone, and you basically use this drone, move around. Once you see someone, press the Y button. You can scan. If you get too close, they'll start firing at it, so don't get too close. Just hide it somewhere for a sec. There's only one guy in there now. I can carefully do a right lean and then see him and shoot. Now, I'm playing with a controller, so it's not as precise as using mouse and keyboard. You can change the settings. I'll show you that in another tutorial, how to change the settings to make it a bit easier. Okay, now, so I've shown you that you can stand. You can also crouch, but if you press the B button, and you can actually prone, so you can see in the left bottom your position is proning. This is another good way of actually hiding behind things and keeping yourself protected. Okay, again, playing controller is really hard for precise aiming. I might just stand up here. Okay, now, yeah, just to show you how the pressing the right buffer key, the detonator comes out. Now, different characters have different weapons. You can only use this on soft surfaces, so this is a hard wall, it's unbreakable, whereas this is a soft surface, and so it's ready to deploy. Press X to deploy, keep it down, held down. Don't press that button again, release, and then just get back. And then press the right buffer button again, and then bang. Okay, now there's no one in this room, but there's someone in the next room. So once again, you can use your drone to find exactly where they are. Yeah, you see how if you get too close, they'll shoot it. I'll let it shoot it actually, and if they shoot it, it basically knocks it out and it goes off screen. You do have a secondary one, so normally there's two drones that you can use. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a flashbang, so I'm going to use the left buffer key to throw out a flashbang, and there we go, aim it, bang. Now it should blind him for 3 seconds. If you don't, I don't think that worked, but anyway, flashbang. If you throw it and it bounces off a wall and comes straight back at you, make sure you turn around real quick, and that'll help you to avoid getting blinded yourself. Okay, so now we're going up. Footsteps again, that can be heard, so I'm going to crouch again. Okay, now my drone got destroyed, so I'll throw out another one. You've only got two. And so now we'll do some scanning again. There we go, one. And there's another guy in this one here. Now, obviously I know where the guys are. I've played this on another account on PC. This is a new, I'm playing it again on Xbox One just to see how it compares. So there's two guys there. Okay, well let's go. I might try the flashbang technique again, so throw that out there. Okay, go for cover quick, let it blow, and then you can see he's blinded. Bang, easy. Okay, this side, we've got one more flashbang, so we could try it again. Might as well try it again. This time I'm going to stay behind cover and throw it, and hopefully it'll still blind him. Let's see what happens. Yep. There you go, done. Okay, now there's going to be some guys coming through the wall here. Oh crap, now if you're in that situation, swap your gun out quick. Okay, so now I'll go back to this one. Now I've got time to reload. Yeah, if you find that you run out of ammo, yeah, there we go.
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
Yeah, if you find that you run out of ammo in the midway of a gunfight, just switch to your secondary weapon straight away using the Y button. Otherwise, you're gonna get killed. So yeah, that's how you play the first situation or the lesson for beginners of Rainbow Six Siege. Now, every few months, maybe every 4 or 5 or maybe 6 months, well, I think about 2 or 3 times a year they have a major sale on Uplay or the or the Epic Game Store. So just go to the Epic Game Store online, or Uplay, or download Uplay, and they normally have some pretty big sales. I think they've got one on now. Depends on when you're watching this. It might still be on, so go check it out. And it's advisable to go for actually go for a deluxe gold or maybe ultimate edition, because what it actually does, I'll show you. Your stock standard purchase will only purchase where are we? Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Your stock standard purchase will only get you a few different characters here. Oh, actually, I've got none. Yeah, so I've got to purchase them. So you can see by playing through those situations, those levels, you gain points. The yellow one on the top right-hand corner. And if I play one more game, I can probably buy one of these guys here. And then there's other things you can buy in the shop. But yeah, my recommendation is that you actually go and go to digital content. Actually, don't go to digital content. It's better if you actually go, so that you can see the year 5 pass here is 37.45. I think that might be US. But if you go to the Epic Game Store or the Uplay game store, if they've got a sale, you can probably get it at a better price. So yeah, just letting you know that. Alright, cool, that's it for tutorial 1. I'll see you in the next tutorial.